Welcome back to our garden. Last week we drew trees and we focused on the beautiful textures in the bark, the lovely shape of the leaves, and created a beautiful pencil drawing based on that. Today's project is called The Space Between. So this week we're not going to be looking at the tree, which you would call the positive space, the object that you're drawing, but we're going to focus on the area surrounding the tree, which you would call the negative space. And we are going to fill in the negative spaces rather than drawing the positive spaces, the object. It's easy to understand the concept of negative and positive space when you look at trees in silhouette. So the branches are dark and they're positive space, and the light area of the sky is the negative space. Look at the beautiful shapes that are created by the branches, forming those beautiful framed areas of negative space. So here, for example, your positive space is that beautiful cabbage tree with the leaves, the branches, and the incredible structure on the right-hand side on the end of the branch. And the negative space, so the space around the tree, would be the landscape that you see in the background. If you visit a wooded area, then you'll also be able to enjoy the relationship between different trees. So you would look at the stems that are closer to you, that are larger, and just the relationships that's formed between them and the trees that are in the distance between the vertical lines. And again, have a good look at the space between. So not looking at the branches and the stems, but looking at the beautiful shapes that are formed by the spaces between the branches. Without further ado, let's begin. For this exercise, you are going to be working on a white sheet of paper again, and this time you can use a range of media, whatever you have at home. I've got my pencils here, and I've got an A3 sheet of paper. So I'm going to work quite small, dividing mine into 4, so that I've got small A5s, 4 small A5s to work from. But if you only have A4 paper, then you would divide it in half, and you'll have 2 drawings that you can do. I've done 4 different little drawings now, concentrating mainly on the stems and the branches and the shapes that they create. So it's like doing a contour drawing where you go around the outside of each branch or stem. So this negative space drawing was created by doing cross-hatching. Cross-hatching is hatching where you just allow the pencil to run from the area that you want to cover, so from the negative space, which will stay white, you just pull your pencil along in one direction. That's hatching. And cross-hatching is running the pencil along the other direction so that they overlap like a grid. And in that way, you fill all your negative space areas, they're darker, and your positive space remains white.
Go ahead and try out a few negative space drawings of your own. You can do some in pencil, maybe try hatching and cross-hatching, do some in pen, maybe even add a pop of color. Enjoy!